When we refer to staff in Time Matters, we are not referring to the users who log in and use the program. Staff are the people and resources that get scheduled for events and are assigned to records by the users. Let's go to the Database menu, where we'll access Staff. In another lesson, I'll show you how to set up groups using both people and resources as staff. Then, whenever a meeting is scheduled for a group, resources like conference rooms can be automatically scheduled as well. From the Staff Resources list, you can add, change, or delete the staff for the firm. Pick one of the buttons to learn more. When you are done, click Close to exit the lesson. When you need to add a staff, click the Add button to launch the new Staff Wizard. The wizard helps by stepping us through the setup, but you can disable it if you prefer to enter information directly on the staff form. Let's start by entering a name for the person or resource. In this example, let's type small conference room in the last name field. Then we need to add initials that can be used to identify this resource throughout the application. The initials must be unique, 2 to 4 characters long, and with no spaces or special characters. Click Next to continue. Now we can add an address and phone numbers for this staff, or leave the fields blank and just click Next to continue. You can also add billing information, bar number, and position for the resource, or leave these fields blank. If you select the Notify field is set to Yes on New Records checkbox, then whenever new records are created, the Notify section is automatically checked. This causes user-defined alerts to trigger and makes the user who is monitoring work for this staff aware of the assignment. You can also designate a color to use on the calendar when records assigned to this staff are shown. Let's click Next to continue. Now we need to assign a default billing rate by selecting an existing rate table and default level, or by specifying an hourly rate and amount for the staff. In this case, the default global rate and level are fine, so we click Next to continue. We've reached the end of the wizard, and the staff record has been created. We have the option to open the staff form to view or modify the details, but let's click Finish to exit the wizard. Back at the staff resource list, you can see that the small conference room now shows in the list. The resource is now available for users to select and assign it from the staff list throughout the program. If you need to update a staff record, click to select it in the list. Then select the Change button. From the staff form, we can make any required changes. In this example, let's change the initials used to identify the conference room in the staff list. From the Options tab, we can also modify the notification, staff color, and rate options for this resource. When a resource is no longer available, we can mark it inactive to prevent it from being assigned to records in the future. When finished, we click OK to save the changes. Notice that the new initials display for this staff record. When a staff resource is not in use, you can remove it, but first consider if marking the staff inactive using the Change button might be the better option. Inactive staff retains the connections to previously assigned records in the database, which you may want to keep for tracking and reporting purposes. Once a staff is deleted, it is permanently removed from the database, and all the links to previously assigned records are removed. If you decide that removing the staff is the correct option, select it in the list, and then click the Delete button. You'll always see a warning asking if you are sure you want to permanently delete the record. In this case, we do want to delete the record, so let's click Yes. That's all it takes to remove a staff from Time Matters. the resource no longer displays in the staff lists for selection throughout the program. Now that you are familiar with how to add, change, and delete staff, you can learn more about setting up users and groups by selecting those lessons.